Hey Algebra 2, welcome back to my basement, and we're still going with logarithms. If you found last week okay, this should be nice and simple for you too. We're still going to use these two rules, but this time we're learning them backwards, alright? So it's still the rule where if you have two logs and an addition in the middle, you can put them together and have the separate parts here multiplying. And the other rule is the power rule, where if there's a number in front of a log, it can also be expressed as the power of the letter or number on the end. I'm basically simplifying this time, condensing the logs into one single log. So here I've got log 5s plus log 5p. Using this rule, if I was to put these together, it would look like this. Log, remember, whatever number's down here, just keep it the same. Log 5 SP. And I'm just going to put a bracket in to make it clear that it's part of, both of these letters are part of the same log. Okay? That's actually the answer for number 1. Quick as that. Now number 2, same idea, but because there's a number in front here, that's going to end up as a power. Okay? So that's actually the first thing I have to do. I can't put these two things together because look, this is regular log and this is 2 log. So I have to first bring that up as a power. So I'll have this. Log 3, 5 plus log 3, 4 squared. Okay? That's gone up there. And now I can put them together. And it will look like this. Log 3 5.4 squared. Remember last time it had that dot in the middle to show that they were multiplying? You could take this further. You could do 4 squared, 16, and then times that by 5 and put it in there. I'm just going to leave it like that for this week though, okay? If you want to go further, feel free to. That's completely okay. As long as there's numbers, obviously. So let's go on to this guy now. So this is the kind of example where there's a number and it's the same number in front of both of these. So you might remember from last time, this is going to end up with the power being outside of the bracket. You could also put it on both of them. So let's do the same thing here. I'm going to, first up, the first step here was to bring the power up. I'm going to keep that as my first step. Because they're the same number, it doesn't have to be, but let's try and keep it the same throughout. So it's going to look like this now. Log 12, 3 to the power 6, plus log 12, 7 to the power of 6. Alright? And now that it's both just log, you can condense them like I have with this one and this one. Log, remember the number down here stays the same. If it's 12, keep it 12. 36.76. So you could write it like that. That's still correct. Or you could put it together so it looks like this. Log 12, 3.7, and the 6 on the outside. Okay? Can we see that down there? Yeah. I'd take either of those as being the right answer here. You could also have log 21, 6, and then you could actually work that out if you wanted to. But I just want to really learn how to put these together today. So I'm not worried so much if you have slightly different answers there. Okay? As long as you're doing these steps where you can, you're doing it right. Let's just do one more. Number 4, I've got 3 separate logs here, and 2 of them have a number in front. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take those and make them powers. The 6 is going to come up, and the 2 is going to come up. This guy, he'll have to stay the same for now. Log 3n plus log 3x6. That's the 6 coming up here. And then log 3 and z to the power of 2. That's that 2 coming up there. Now that I've done that, I can bring them together. And the answers for this one are going to look like the questions from last week. If you get stuck, have a look at last week's worksheet. It might help you out. Log 3 m dot x6 dot z squared. Alright, and there were questions that looked a lot like this last week. Now they're the answers. Alright. For our attendance word, I want you to name a country. Imagine you had your own country. What would you call it? Name your own country. Alright? And email me if you have any questions. Thanks, Algebra 2.